Naz Hillman, now graduated and not with the Michigan Wolverines hoop squad any longer, but again, still a very formidable basketball team. So settle back and enjoy it, everybody, as we take it to the hoop all afternoon long here on ESPN. Michigan dressed in their familiar blue road uniforms with a maize trim, and we've got an off-the-ball offensive foul that's going to be called on Michigan.
This Wolverine team does a lot of things really well, and especially on the defensive end. 9th in the NCAA in three-point defense, Mike. Opponents shooting only 23%, Michael, against them. And that's something to keep an eye on today because the Zips like to shoot that three.
Yes, they do. Cameron Rhodes running the offense again. Rhodes with Tanisha Clark. And that, of course, is Maddie Vasicki. Oh, she continues to shoot it. Love that high rainbow arching stroke of hers as she connects on the first three-point bomb of the afternoon.
She's made at least 2 3-pointers in every game this season, Michael.
Yeah, speaking of threes, the answer comes there from Michigan's Greta Kampschroeder.
That's pretty fun.
Time to play against international competition. That's an excellent bounce pass. Zips are going to board it, and that putback. So the Akron Zips grabbing the early lead. Again, Michigan top 20 basketball team. Will turn in the corner, and the Zips got lost there. Tied at 5 apiece in the early going. Saturday afternoon hoops. Hope you're enjoying the beginning of your
Friday afternoon.
That's right.
We're all confused. We're playing on a Friday.
Thank you for catching me on that. A lot of contact there.
Cam, a transfer from Illinois. She's gone up against Michigan in the past today. Zips have only 9 players in uniform today.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on.
Well, what an outstanding offensive player she is. Connects on a couple of free throws to give Michigan this lead. It's going to be an illegal ball screen. Seeing Akron for the first time. Played 25 games with 12 starts a year ago and really started to develop in the offseason. Good look at three, and burying that is Jordan Hobbs. 6'3", young lady from here in Ohio, Springboro. And as pretty much everybody that comes on the floor for Michigan can shoot the basketball, and they've got a 5-point lead.
How many 6'3" guards are there playing Division I college basketball, Michael, on the women's side? Not very many, I would imagine.
I don't think there are that many, no. Off that drop step, used the glass, and got that to fall for the young lady from Memphis, Tennessee, with a make there. And there's that strong drive baseline for Silas Swords.
Mm-hmm. Went to high school in Long Island because her dad, Sean, works in Long Island. I'd say that's pretty good coaching your entire life, huh?
Very much so, yeah.
And her dad, longtime college basketball coach in Canada, and obviously basketball family.
Silas Swords, the true freshman. There's that deep Vasicki three. Didn't drop. Nice offensive board and the putback from Shelby Brown. Brown's been very active here, Jeff, to begin this one.
And she's back in the starting lineup, Michael. She's come off the bench in the last 4 games.
That line drive triple, so there's your answer. Handle the ball, pass the ball. All shoot the ball well with that kind of size, and that's going to be an illegal ball screen. The Zips women's program, a young man who went to college in Philadelphia at St. Joe's, one of those traditional Big 5 schools that love their hoops in Philly. Well, that's a real strong drop step. Didn't get it to go, but is going to get to the free throw line.
Not listed as a guard, Michael.
No. Yulia,
that's actually a center.
Yep. You are correct. Excellent size, but also shoots the basketball.
She's a transfer from Middle Tennessee State. Zips, I think, Michael, when they get a good look at the basket, they must put that basketball up. You can't pass up good opportunities to score in this game today.
Cameron Rhodes went to the hoop. Olson had it rejected. Excellent defensive play.
But in the last 3 games, she's had 4 points, which was the 4th time she had 4. And then 7 against Slippery Rock, and then a career-high 13 against Canisius.
And difficult around the rim. Does a solid job defensively. Brown. Grabovskaia again. Maybe got a piece of that. Certainly impacted it.
It's interesting to watch the Wolverines, Michael, because Grabovskaia gives them an opportunity to play a different way.
Silas Swords, and she's at the free throw line for Michigan.
Michigan opened the season, Michael, against South Carolina. First college game, you go up against South Carolina and you put up 27.
I think she's believing this is easy.
That's serious, isn't it?
This isn't any more difficult than high school.
Got it handled. Now, she hasn't scored 27 cents.
No.
But what a way to debut.
And again, Michigan's big Grabovskaia had knocked it away, but getting it back for the Zips and going to the hole and finishing that was Shelby Brown. Now, what do we have? Well, we had an injured player.
That's Sword's top recruits ever for Michigan.
Boy, she's handling the basketball, just trying to switch hands by going through her legs.
Didn't look like there was any contact, did there?
No, non-contact injury there. So the Zips will pressure the basketball a little bit at the timeline. And again, this is Mila Holloway. She wears number 3, and she's running the offense. Michigan has a 10-point lead with 90 seconds left. Holloway will tee up that 3 and drain it.
And a couple of these Wolverines from a basketball family. Her sister Olivia played at Valparaiso, and Jillian is now at Virginia.
Everybody's going to have to make it happen today. That tough jumper in traffic isn't going to drop for the Zips' Cameron Rhodes. 10 seconds left in this opening quarter. Michigan has a 15-point lead. And they go down to the big. Now we had bodies flying on the deck as there was contact. That puts Michigan at the line. Not too far from Detroit, Macomb, Michigan. She just hit a couple. Zips got to go real quick with only 1.7 left. Not going to get it off. All right. Kim Barnes-Rico. Hey, you see it, Jeff. I mean, I think she's winning 2 of every 3, right? 270 wins, 135 losses in her 13 years running the Wolverines program in Ann Arbor.
More wins than any Michigan women's coach, closing in on John Beilein for most wins from a Michigan basketball coach. And Michael has just done a terrific job. Longest tenured women's coach in Michigan history. Was at St. John's for 10 years before, and clearly has turned Michigan's program to one of the best in the country.
Yeah, undoubtedly. They're so sound. Now, that tough jumper didn't go down as not able to connect on that for Michigan was Greta Kampschroeder. Good D there from the Akron Zips. Let's check the Zips 5. And Maddie Vasicki. So those are your 5 for the Wolverines. Olson gave a real good look, and firing home that triple is Greta Kampschroeder. They lost significant amount. That's going to be an offensive foul. 37 games over the course of her time in Champaign. That's a deep triple, and ring that up again for Greta Kampschroeder. And Jeff, this team just shoots the basketball extremely well. And to stay with them, the Zips are going to need a whole bunch of that from Alexis Mobley. Mobley ends a drought for Akron there. But again, firing that triple and book that. This time it is from Michigan's Jordan Hobbs. She's the young lady from here in the Buckeye State out of Springboro.
There's too many open looks, Michael, on those threes. Michigan has missed 1.
Work their way through here today. Good steal there. On the rip away for the Zips, and heading to the rim is Shelby Brown. Nice defensive play by Brown and run on the floor.
Shelby, the transfer from Memphis, Michael, has been, I think, the go-to player on this team.
Kim Barnes-Rico, Michigan Wolverine squad this season. Well, wheeling and dealing, Tanisha Clark kicked out on her. She spun a 180 2 different times. Look at the ball movement from Michigan. That's an outstanding pass. Down by this 39-15 count here as we hit the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Notice, too, Jeff, and the Zips get the basketball in the paint. Now, I'd count that.
She's averaging over 10 points a game. Last game against Canisius, kind of a low-scoring game for Alexis, so good to see her bouncing back.
Just making a face, Kim Barnes-Rico. Don't see that happen to her defense in blockout situations much as they missed an assignment, led to Alyssa Tappinen hoop, but on the other end. Well, facing up with a left hand. How about that? You know, the longer you try to run offense in a shot clock just is not to the advantage of Akron.
They're shooting 45%. They're only 20% on threes. And that's key, I think, in this game.
Oh, no question about it. Now putting the ball on the deck, trying to whirl her way to the hoop with Shelby Brown. Brown got it back and is going to go to the free.
She ends up at the free throw line because of it, where she makes 73% of her free throws.
Sure. Offensive performance. Got a Memphis Tiger. Made 10 starts for Memphis last basketball season. Look at that one quick trigger three. Now, yeah, she says, I didn't really want to go glass there, but they're going to count it anyway for Greta Kampschroeder.
She has 12 points in this game, Michael.
Another strong take to the hoop. Good to see Tanisha Clark put it on the floor and get to the rim. I was saying it's not easy. It's difficult against Michigan's defense and size, but you can't go away from it. You got to stick with it.
Wolverines get that basketball down the floor in a hurry, don't they, Michael? And get shots like that.
Yeah. And that was started by Olivia Olson. She gave it up. That is going to be an opportunity.
Is professional poker in your future?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't blink. If it's going really well, I think it's great.
Yeah. Clark will split the pair. And Tanisha now with a role where, you know, she knows got to have sufficient offense each and every game. Look at the shots continuing to drop. Greta Kampschroeder. Mobley went to the hoop and got that to drop. Real nice decision to take by Alexis. Didn't have a lot of room, but found her way to the rim. Again, that catch and fire three doesn't go down for Michigan's Greta Kampschroeder. We got a whistle, and that, but it's really a quiet 17. You'd comment anyway, so it's all good. Well, it's going to have to be a catch and trigger after the Akron turnover. No, not going to happen. Olson didn't get it off. All right, 20 minutes of basketball in the books. The Michigan Wolverines, top 20 team in the nation, engaged on the offensive end because no one else has more than 6. Alexis Mobley.
So somebody else has to step up. Maybe it's Maddie.
Masicki with that high rainbow triple of hers that didn't go down, but an offensive board. So we'll check the zips here. Maddie Vasicki along with Lisa Tappinen, but the Zips turn it over. We'll check the 5 again here in a moment. This is Mila Holloway, who runs the offense for Michigan. Olivia Olson, a real nice pass as she was able to connect. Jeff, and of course Rhodes trying to initiate offense for the Zips. They move the basketball extremely well. Now the shot clock shorts at 4. Olson got it. Well, that's just Jeff. See, short trying to race up the floor for Akron. So Alexis Mobley. So Zakia Rashid. Mobley on the floor. This is Cam Rose. Excellent reverse. Rhodes kind of hesitate, deaccelerated Jeff, and then went baseline and got it to go.
Michael, we saw Cam score 25 in the first game this year. Well, that was well done. Keeps everybody going for the Akron Zips. Clearly can score the basketball, but
Hobbs gave a real strong pass, and Kampschroeder went to the rim but didn't finish it. Olson came away with it. Fresh shot clock for Michigan. Firing that 3 for the Wolverines. Mila.
And then all of a sudden, boom, they find the open person behind that line.
Yeah, Michigan's going to get their big back on the floor, of course. And now Wolverines force that turnover. And going to the hole was Olsen. Very tough Michigan Wolverine squad. Oh, a lot of contact.
Here in the third quarter, Michigan has put it up 10 times.
type of challenge, difficulty, if you want to go in that route that the Zips are looking at today. And now Michigan gets the run out there as the ball movement for the Wolverines are looking ahead and finding the open player, which on that finish for Michigan was Brooks Daniels. Well, Clark in a lot of trouble, although she did get it up to the hoop. Nice offensive board. Or rather, that was Cameron Rhodes trying to go to the hoop. And wow.
They look like a team, and especially with the youth that they have on this team. Boy, and we've seen very little of Silas Orts today. She left with a leg injury.
Kind of skilled, too, as an 18-year-old true freshman.
Well, you can see a nice job.
Good move by Maddie Vasicki.
That is something that's been overwhelming the Zips today.
Hobbs will raise up and just drain that deep three.
Hobbs now double-digit scoring, Michael, in 10 of the 12 games this year. And she's the senior in that starting five, so kind of the glue that's helped the young freshmen come along.
Chad Welker always doing a tremendous job. Our producer, Megan Williams, exactly the same, directing us today. And like I said, we're glad you're doing some holiday hoops with us. Well, Michigan can shoot the basketball. Jeff and I were just discussing that during our time.
And if she's the third member of that freshman group in that starting five, and she's really starting to find it, look out when they get into the Big Ten season.
No, you're right. Again, they just don't look and play like freshmen.
Nope.
These are ladies that, in addition to their excellent basketball skills, is going to the free throw line for Michigan. Loves Kim Barnes-Arico.
Michael, and when the Zips have applied pressure, they've handled it well. People open.
Yes.
And to this Zips team that I don't know if Ryan Gensler was counting on.
Well, you shoot it like that, he's gonna, you're telling Ryan Gensler, give me that playing time because I'm going to produce for you.
She's earned it, and she's really helped the team.
Unquestionably. Well, look at that ability to pass the ball. So if look, there's still 12 minutes to play in this basketball game. I did. So you may.
I want to contest every shot. On that end of the floor, that's it more than anything. Contest every shot. In your conference season, Michael, a team that's this gifted offensively. So let's challenge everything because we can carry that over.
I'm like thumbs up in you, man. Again, minute 45 left in the third. Go ahead, Jeff.
And if you're Michigan, that Big Ten schedule is going to come at you fast. They have 4 top 15 opponents in 5 games. The Zip
Kampschroeder also went too strong on that triple try. Speaking of threes, trying to use the window for Akron was Tanisha Clark, and now what?
This Michigan program attracts a player like Kampschroeder.
Yeah.
And so you transfer out of a good program like Oregon State, you end up at Michigan, you come off the bench last year, and now you're getting a chance to start and really contribute.
Well, Michigan was down. I say down to 50%. Michigan Wolverines now firing that deep three. Lisa Tappinen stepping out on the floor. So Michigan probably, Kim Barnes-Arico, their head coach. There you see her, top of the screen. She's calling out the set she wants run here as Michigan looks to use it all to finish out quarter number 3. This is Alyssa Crockett. Prepped in the state of Indiana. Read a whole journal on all the places son Cal and his teammates in basketball and baseball played, and the travel circuit, as you called it. Trying to beat that buzzer. Would have counted had it went down for Alexis Mobley. 3 quarters of basketball. Shooting the basketball real well overall. This is what they have in store for them. And if you're still saying, well, wait a minute, they play USC and UCLA and Washington and Oregon. Those aren't conference games.
Oh, guess again, my friend.
Well, you're play Washington and Oregon if you're a Big Ten program like Michigan, and that's going to be a violation. You have today. Then I'll let you keep talking.
The college football
I get to be a little bit of a Grinch. I'm Indiana and Notre Dame. Yeah.
Anxious to see that.
Well, Michigan got what they wanted there. They went down into the paint. Allie Van Timeren is on the floor, a young lady who started her career at Boston College. So hasn't been getting a lot of playing time for head coach Kim Barnes-Arico. That'll help the Zips.
As the Zips get into Mid-American Conference season, Michael, she's taken on even more of a point guard type of role coming off the bench. She's been really good at it. 6 assists in each of the last 2 games. And she's second on this team in assists, even though she's coming off the bench and playing only 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, and I hope you're right, Jeff, because it definitely put the sweet stroke on that long-range 3. Everybody just firing threes now as Michigan's Jordan Hobbs didn't connect. But it's all Michigan. We're inside 8.5 left. There's Ryan Gensler looking for his Zip squad to do that. I mean, run your offense and then make shots. Get your stops defensively and work hard. Olson is back on the floor for Michigan. That jumper inside the three-point arc did not go down for Brooke Quarles-Daniels. Well, right now on the floor for the Akron Zips, Emily Hall, the 5'6" senior, played 4 years at Hamilton College. Excellent pass inside. The Zips were able to find Nyra Clark, and the 6'2" freshman got that to go. And up Kim Barnes-Arico for the second time now. For Michigan, finishing with the left hand. Very strong take to the paint from Jordan Hobbs. 6'3". She's the one Wolverine who calls the Buckeyes state home from Springboro, Ohio, and Springboro High School.
And this is the only time this year she will play in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, off the mark on that deep 3 for the Zips was Nyra Clark, graduate student who plays for Kim Barnes-Arico and the Wolverines. Off the turnover, Michigan on the run out. We'll go back in the paint to Allie Van Timeren, and she's going to get to the free throw line.
This Michigan team has 2 players under 6 foot tall. 2.
It's again, when we're talking about now, the upper echelon. Well,
in the training that players get, Michael, from a young age, before you hit your growth spurt, you're taught to handle the ball. You're taught to shoot it properly.
You have to. Taking it to the rim and going to get to the free throw line. The approach to this year for Lisa Tappinen. And about 13 minutes per game. Greta Kampschroeder. As we're inside 3 minutes left. Quick trigger 3. Didn't go down for Cameron Rhodes. Well, we're just going up and down now, aren't we?
It's not slowing down, is it?
No, coaches are kind of saying, okay, let's see what you got. You want to up-tempo it? Okay. Going to the hoop. Not able to finish with a left hand for Michigan was Greta Kampschroeder. That short pull-up jumper didn't draw any rim for the Zips, Cameron Rhodes. We are inside 2 minutes left. Well, the Zips are gonna have to continue to battle defensively because Michigan's going to run their offense and look for that.
You're right. In the mid-80s coming into this game.
Yeah. Strong take and finish with a left hand.
This is Nurse Appreciation Day, by the way, here at James A. Rhodes Arena.
Okay.
And Zakia Rashid.
In the upper echelon of the Big Ten for head coach Kim Barnes-Arico. Zakia Rashid off the mark, and I think that's going to be the final shot attempt of this one today. It'll go into the books as a 96-55 Michigan Wolverines win over the Akron Zips. So one of the top 20s in college hoop.